It's all the same time. So I think it's 16 like 4 and 16. So clearly you can just choose to stay in the class. Yeah, that's really cool. It's super fun. It's my first period, so I just chill out. And I did a nice little morning walk today. Not being clear. I thought I was going to switch out this first year for my sophomore year. And then my second day, I was like, I'm not going to
2 2/3.
Then they draft you for and stuff. Yeah, I was like,
So any questions on number 1?
no.
So for those of you who did not get that for number 1, I think some of you were saying no holes. It's because you didn't factor out the negative, so you could factor the top part. So if the x squared is negative, always factor out a -1, change all the signs, and then factor it. Okay, and I think that's what's going to happen on number 2 also, and 3, and 4. Okay, on all of them you have to factor out a negative. So. And I think it ends up to being 1/7. Oh, that's a +3. Okay, there we go. 1/7. And then vertical asymptotes is x equals -3. Beautiful. And then number 3. Going to factor again, so I factored an x out, and I got x squared plus 4x plus 3. Factored a -4 out, and I got x squared plus x minus 6. X plus 3 times x plus 1 all over -4 times x plus 3 x minus 2. So I think this is going to be x times x plus 1, -4 times x minus 2. So I have a hole at -3 3/10. And my vertical asymptote is x equals 2. Okay. And then the last one, factor out a -4, I get x minus 1, factor out an x, 1, -4 over x. So I have a hole at 1, -4, and a vertical asymptote at x equals 0. Questions? Everyone okay with that? Awesome. Okay, so we're moving from vertical asymptotes to horizontal asymptotes, or oblique. So sometimes we have oblique. Oblique is just a slanted asymptote. So it's just, well, it doesn't necessarily have to be a line. It could be any graph, okay? So it could be a quadratic. It could be anything. So how to find them. So horizontal horizontal asymptote or horizontal lines, the graph approaches. It can go over the horizontal asymptote, so it can go up and over, and it can cross the horizontal asymptote several times. It just will approach that as it's going towards infinity, negative or positive infinity. So it approaches my horizontal asymptote or my oblique asymptote. Okay, so there's 3 cases depending on the relationship between the degrees of a polynomial in the numerator n and the one in the denominator m. Oh my gosh, I didn't save that. Sorry, I thought I had fixed that. That should be changed. I did fix it. It just didn't get uploaded correctly. So that should say the numerator m and the denominator n. Yeah, because I fixed it and then I thought I re-uploaded it to here, and obviously I hadn't uploaded it to here. So if I have some rational function that says f of x equals a x to the n plus whatever else it says, and b x to the n plus whatever, we're only looking at the first terms. Okay, that's it, just the first terms of both polynomials, right? There's a polynomial in the numerator and the denominator. I'm only looking at the first terms. So case 1 says if m, so I'm going to look at my exponents right now. So if the top one is smaller than the bottom one, okay? So if my exponent on top is smaller than my exponent on the bottom, okay? Then my horizontal asymptote is y equals 0. Don't have to figure out anything. So if on top it's 0, I have no variable, and I have variables in the denominator, no matter what power it is, my horizontal asymptote will be y equals 0. Okay? As long as the top one is smaller than the bottom one, it's y equals 0. If they happen to be equal to each other, they're the same power, then I take the coefficients of those terms, and it's whatever those the top divided by the bottom. So whatever that happens to be. A divided by B. And then case 3 is the hardest one. If the top one, so if my exponent on the top is bigger than the exponent on the bottom, then I have an oblique asymptote, and I have to use long division to find out what that is. Okay, so that's the fun one. Yay! Long division. I know it's been a couple weeks since we've done long division, but yes, and I know several of you love long division, but yes, you have to do long division to find the asymptotes. Okay, so if we look at some of these, at the examples, we can kind of look at them really quick. So this one the first one has no exponent on top, it's just a 4, and it has an x squared on the bottom. Therefore, my horizontal asymptote is y equals 0. It's just right there. So it approaches there, doesn't come, okay? The second one, they both have the same power. So this is y equals 0. That's my horizontal asymptote. So here, my horizontal asymptote, they both just have x to the first power. So this would be y equals 1 over negative 4. I just take the coefficients with with the variables, and that's it. And you can kind of see it's got a dotted line right there at y equals negative 1/4. It's right there. And then the other two are oblique oblique asymptotes. And we're going to talk about long division. There's not enough room on here to do the long division right here. So we'll talk about it when we get to those problems. I'll show you how to do the long division. And you do not have to finish all the long division. I just want to do that, state that right now. And I'll talk about that when we get there. Okay? Any questions so far?
Is that a negative 1/4?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, because there's a 4. The 4 on the bottom is negative.
Right.
Yeah, good. Okay, so all we're going to do is look at those 3 cases, right? So I know that if m is less than n, then y equals 0, right? If m equals n, y equals a over b. And then if m is greater than n, and I spelled long wrong, long division, favoriteest thing to do, long division. That's what I need to do, okay? Those are my 3 cases that I have, okay? So for number 1, I've got an x and an x. They have, on this one, m equals n. So that means that I have y equals 3 over 1 or 3. And again, this is the equation of a line, and it's going to be y equals. Everyone okay with that? Y equals? So this is y equals 3. That's it, dead. Questions? Everyone at home okay? Pretty easy, right? Not too bad so far? Okay. Number 2, none, right? Oh, sheesh. Okay. So I have no exponent up here. What's my power on the bottom going to be? Nope. X times x is going to be x squared, right? So on the bottom, I've got an x squared. So that means that m is definitely less than n. So my horizontal asymptote is going to be y equals 0. I don't even need to multiply everything out. I just need to know that the bottom is x squared. And the top is x to the 0th power, you can say, which is 1. Okay? And then my favoriteest one example, my favoriteest,
Nope.
most favorite.
Okay.
Is I'm going to multiply this out so I know what my exponent powers are. So I've got negative 2x cubed minus 2x. And then if I multiply out the bottom, I'm going to get x squared minus 4x plus 16, I believe, right? So I've got a 3 on top and a 2 on bottom, and that gives me one more time. The m is greater than n. That leads us to long division. So excited. Okay, so here we go, long division. So negative 2x cubed minus 2x is going to be divided by x squared minus 4x plus 16.
How do you do with the box again?
I don't know if I can do the box with this one. Sorry.
Yeah, that's the only way how to do it.
I haven't tried because the only one I've done with the box is if it's just a binomial that I'm multiplying by, right? So I haven't tried the box with this one. I guess I'd have to just sit down and try it. So I will try it when we get done. Okay. And then I'll show you if I can figure it out. Okay, so what do I multiply x squared by to get negative 2x cubed? Yes, very good. Negative 2x. So now I'm going to multiply negative 2x by everything, right? I'm going to multiply here, here, and here. So I get negative 2x cubed plus 8x squared minus 32x. Is that correct? 16 times 2? Yeah. Okay. And then I'm going to subtract that from what's above. So I'm going to get, let's see, 8x squared plus 30x. I think that's right. Oh, no, it should be negative 8x squared. Okay. Plus 30x. Oh, hold on. This should be minus 8. Because I multiplied wrong there. That should be minus 8. Sorry. Right? Because it's x minus 4 times x minus 4. So it should be x squared minus 4x minus 4x plus 16. So that should be minus 8x. Is that not right? I just added wrong. in my head.
I wrote this in pen.
I'm sorry that you wrote it in pen.
I don't have a pencil.
I can give you a pencil.
Okay.
So I think this should be 16 instead of, do you need a pencil?
I don't know why I don't know.
They're little golf pencils with erasers. I know.
I've lost 4 pencils in the last 4 years.
I have tons of pencils. You can always ask me for a pencil. Okay. So there we go. Sorry about the 8. And then what do I multiply? Now I'm going to ask myself, what do I multiply x squared by to get negative 16x squared? So 2 times x squared gives me negative 16x squared. Negative 16. Good. Okay, and I can multiply this out, right? Negative 16x squared, blah, blah, blah. But I'm just going to say after this point, I'm just going to get some remainder, right? I'm going to get blah, 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 blah. I don't need the blah, blah, blah. Because in order to graph, I can graph negative 2x minus 16, right? Can I graph the remainder? No. So my horizontal asymptote is y. I should have written this somewhere else. Shh. Horizontal asymptote is y equals negative 2x minus 16. I don't need the remainder part. That's why I said you don't have to do all of the long division. Once I have the equation of a line, or once I can't go past, once I can't simplify it any further, I'm done. I don't have to finish the long division. I don't have to know what the remainder is, because that doesn't do anything for my asymptote. Okay, I just have to have the equation of the line. Do you guys have any, is that okay? Can we do the table, please? So yellow, Conrad just asked about the table, and I am not sure. The only one I've done
Yeah,
with
I know, I asked that in the chat before Conrad.
Okay, sorry, I just saw it. So I'm just not sure, and I will work on that, and then I will see if I get the same answer, and then I'll show you if it works. Is that okay? Because I did not try the table. I was like, oh, let me do it this way, and then I didn't even think about doing the table with the 3. I think I may be able to get it to work, but give me a second before give me a second to try it before we see if it actually works. Is that okay? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. And just so you know, on the delta math, there's no oblique, there's no long division. It's either no, if it's oblique on the delta math, they're just saying there's no horizontal asymptotes because it's not horizontal, right? It's a slant asymptote. So if it ends up being a slant asymptote, you just say there's no horizontal because it's not horizontal. Is that okay? So on the homework. But when we start graphing these, when we're graphing them, if there is a oblique one, you have to graph it on there. And how would I graph a line? Well, I have y equals mx plus b. I can draw a line, right? I can graph a line. So that's how we do that. Okay, so I want you guys to do, oh, there's only 4. Yay. Okay, you guys do those. We can go over these. And then, well, actually, before I go over them, I'm going to go back to the number 3 because they asked if we could do it the box method, which I figured out we could. So, so this time when I'm doing the box method, I'm dividing by 3 terms. So I'm going to have my x squared minus 8x plus 16 here, right? And then my first term here has got to be a negative 2x cubed. Okay? So what do I multiply x squared by to get negative 2x cubed is negative 2x. And then I do my multiplication, right? Negative 2x times negative 8x is 16x squared. And negative 2x times 16 is negative 32x. Great. And then if I look at my answer, which is here, this is the answer I want to get. What do I add 16x squared to get? Oh, there's no x squared in my answer. So that means I'm going to subtract 16x squared. Sorry, I'm going to run out of room. So what do I multiply x squared by to get negative 16x squared? Well, negative 16. And then I can multiply this out if I really want to, 128x and 256. But there's nothing, then here's my diagonal, 1, 2, 3, to find out what's going to go here to get negative 2x. But even if I put whatever it's going to be there, I can't multiply x squared by that. There's nothing to multiply x squared by to get this number because this number only has an x, so I'm done. So there's my negative 2x minus 16.
G, and I was like, that's not what I got.
No, that was because you guys were talking when I started. I was doing the box method that you asked me to figure out. Yeah. So. So for A, they have the same M and N are the same, so it's y equals 3/2. Okay. And B, the top is smaller than the bottom. Oh, the heck. The top is smaller. The top is smaller than the bottom, so my horizontal asymptote is y equals 0. For C, it's the same thing. The bottom is going to be x cubed once I multiply it all out. So I've got a horizontal asymptote of y equals 0. And then for D, the top is bigger than the bottom, so I'm going to divide, right? So I've got x squared minus 6x plus 7, and I can do the box method. I'm fine with that. So I've got x plus 5, and I need to get x squared, so I multiply by x. So this is 5x. What do I add to 5x to get negative 6x? Negative 11x. So negative 11 goes there, and that's negative 55. And then I need 7, so I think that's 55. Negative 62. Well, I can't multiply x by anything, so that's just my remainder. So there's my answer. Horizontal asymptote is y equals x minus 11. Done. Questions? Yes? No? None? Okay, awesome. Okay, and then the last little set is now we're just kind of throwing everything together that we've learned. We can just keep adding things together because we're starting to get closer to the graphing thing, so we want to make sure you can still do everything. So we're going to find the domain, vertical asymptotes, holes, horizontal asymptote for the following functions. So we're finding everything that we found for the last few days. Okay, so the first thing I always want to start with is trying to simplify the function. I can't think right now. Simplify the function, and I can't on this one. So then that means that there's no holes. There's none, because I can't simplify anything. So I'm done there. And then my vertical asymptotes is x is going to equal 5. And my horizontal asymptote, my top is, no, it's not none. It's y equals 0, right? Because the top's smaller than the bottom. So it's going to be y equals 0. And then my domain, I'm so sorry. My domain is going to be from negative infinity to 5, because that's a vertical asymptote. And then 5 to infinity. So the domain will stop at any holes and any vertical asymptotes. It's discontinued at domains and holes. Sorry. The domain is discontinued at holes and vertical asymptotes. Okay. So for the next one, same thing, right? Simplify. Well, I could simplify a little bit, I guess. I could take a 3 out of the top. I get x cubed plus 10, but that really doesn't do anything for it. right? That didn't do anything. So do I have any holes?
No.
No, so none. Beautiful. What is my vertical asymptote?
0.
X equals 0. What's my horizontal asymptote?
Right.
Huh?
It's
3 halves. Beautiful. And what's my domain?
It's negative infinity to 0.
Good.
Positive infinity.
And 0 to positive infinity. Yes. Perfect. Nice job. Okay. All right. So you have four problems to do that on. Let's go. Okay, here we go. So I think some of you guys just still are not factoring quite right. So for A, right, I've got 2x all over. I can factor an x out of the bottom. So then the x's go away. And I get left with 2 over x minus 8. So my whole, so I have a whole at 0. And then when I plug it in, it's negative 1/4. Beautiful. And then a vertical asymptote at x equals 8. Horizontal asymptote at y equals 0. And so my domain is going to be from negative infinity to 0, 0 to 8, and 8 to infinity. No, because horizontal is not going to affect my, my domain is my x's, so horizontal doesn't affect your domain. Because I have a hole at 0. So I have a hole at 0 and a vertical asymptote at 8.
Probably missed that hole. Yeah.
A lot of people miss the hole. So, okay. Okay, so on B, M is less than N, so I have no holes because I can't simplify. It's already simplified, so there's no holes. My vertical asymptote is x equals 0. My horizontal asymptote is y equals 0. And so my domain on this one is negative infinity to 0 and 0 to infinity. Did I answer your question fully, Emma? Yeah. Okay. I was like, did I answer it totally? Okay. Thank you. Okay, and then C does not factor this 2x plus x minus 9. There's no way I can multiply 2 and 9 together and get a 1. I tried. I spent a good 5 minutes trying to factor it. Didn't work. So on here, M equals N. So I have no holes because I can't simplify anything. So there's none there. My vertical asymptote, so I took my bottom, and I said 3, I can take 3, right? 3 out, and I get x squared minus 4 equals 0. So x squared minus 4, x squared equals 4. So x equals plus or minus 2. So x equals 2, and x equals negative 2. So I have 2 vertical asymptotes.
I have a question.
Yes.
So why is it 3 times x squared minus 4, not 3x times x minus
Because I factored out a 3, honey.
Yeah. Oh, so why did you factor out the 3x though? Because it's x squared.
Because there's no x with the 12.
Ah.
The only thing that's in common in both terms is a 3. Are you okay with that?
Yeah.
Okay. My horizontal asymptote, because they're the same, is y is going to equal 2/3. 2/3. And my domain is going to be from negative infinity to -2, -2 to 2, and 2 to infinity. And then the last one, I can't factor the top, but I factor the bottom to x plus 5 and x minus 1. Is that right? Yeah, that's right. So since I can't cancel anything out, there's no holes. My vertical asymptotes go from x equals -5 and x equals 1. And m is greater than n, so my horizontal asymptote, I need to divide. So I'll see if I can do the box again, I don't know. We're gonna try this again with the three here. Let's see, x squared, 4x, and -5. I need 5x cubed. So 5x, right? And that will give me 20x squared and -25x, and then -20x. So I'm going to multiply by -20, and there we go. So y equals -5x minus 20. Beautiful.
Isn't it a positive 5x minus 20?
Oh, thank you. Positive 5x minus 20. Yes, it is. Thank you. And my domain would be -infinity to -5, -5 to 1, and 1 to infinity. Beautiful. Okay? Questions? Okay, great.
How do you do that
Good.
box method again?
Okay.